Hello, and welcome here on my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I can tell you my name is Lisbeth and I'm a Danish abstract mixed media artist who likes to do many things. And among those things, I really like to teach. So many of the things here in my channel are things I like to teach or do. And that gives me really a big satisfaction teaching other people things I like to do. But in this video here, I would say another thing. All my content is divided up in playlists, and so find the little more under the video here, and there you can find all the links for things I've referred to. And there is the link for the playlist for this this word challenge. So this is what this video is about. It is week 20 in the word challenge. And as I said, there is a playlist. I'm not the host for this challenge. Rita is, and her information also is below here if you want to participate in this challenge. I'm doing it because I like to do a challenge that I'm not hosting myself, and to get a challenge that is also very nice for me. And this challenge here, I have decided not to make it very easy for myself, but only to use red, white and black materials. And it started with the first week in January, and today it is, as I said, week 20. And I will tell you what the word is later. But since week 15, I haven't been able to film this project here because it goes up every Saturday here, and in Danish time, it's depending if we have summer or winter time, about 9 to 11 o'clock. And for the last couple of 5 weeks or so, I have been out teaching these Saturdays, or I have been doing other things. I wasn't able to film them, but I have made them anyhow, and I have decided not just to put them in a box, to make a little book where I can place them in. And luckily I had exactly so many pieces of this red cardstock here in the size that fits. It is some cardstock that is, it is at least 40 years old, for a time where I was making cards, and I used the red ones here for Christmas things, I believe. But so I decided to use them so we can quickly make a flip through here, because I have put all the things in. And then I can show you from week 15 what I've been doing since week 15. There isn't any film or videos about that, so we can do that. What else do I want to say before I make a little flip through here? My name is as Lisbeth, as I said, and I have a Ko-fi account, so I don't want to talk much about it, but if anybody feels for it, they are able to support me. And there also is a link below here. And in any way, don't feel obligated. And also, I would like to say, I also made a big challenge last year, the Stitch Circle Show Challenge 2025, and link below. And this is done, and the group is closed and so on. But this year I have also a challenge going on, but it's a big job to do host such a challenge, and I know Rita is also having a big job hosting this challenge. But I've decided this year to go monthly, so if you're interested in that, it's bigger in the way that the pieces we are embroidered are bigger, more stitching, but again you have a whole month to do it, instead of a little new thing every week like it is here with this challenge. But find the links here below. So I don't think I want to say anything more, so let us make a little flip through, and then I can begin making this week's challenge. I have just sewn it together with a very three-hole pamphlet stitch, a very simple one. So this was week 1, and that was noble. Week 2 was circle, and week 3 was curve. Week 4 was oval. Week 5 was suspended, and week 6 was, yeah, what was that? Saw. Yeah. And what on earth had I made this for? I can't remember right now. 7. That was liquid. And 8 was soft, and that is because I have this very soft fabric there. And 9 was gnarled, this one here. And 10 was focus. Yeah, I can better understand that. You see, time has passed, so I can hardly remember what I was thinking. And this one was zephyr, and this yarn in Danish is a brand called Zephyr, but it's a gentle soft breeze. And 12 was overflow, yeah, that I can see, and 13 was straight, and 14 was bright, and I have really bright fabric there. Yeah, let me put you in there. Now we come to one that isn't filmed. This one is underneath. And there are translucent things. I have put things underneath. So that is also, yeah. Scattered or spread some dandelion seed pods flying around. And 17 was surprise. The same, and there is the surprise. And this one here, I've never heard of that word before. I didn't know what it meant or something, but then again, Rita explained it. But it is called topsy-turvy. And you English-speaking people perhaps know better than me what that is. And last week, week 19, was potion. Not potion, that is something else. Portion. So this is where I have gone to, and I have some pages left here in this book, and I have another book here for the rest of the year. So at some point I will make a cover or put them in something, and I haven't figured that out yet. Here you can see the sewing of the pamphlet stitch here. But it works quite well. I have just glued them in with double-sided tape here on the top and on each side. And I know it will be fat and chunky here, but I like fat and chunky, so that's okay. So that was just a little quick flip through. As I said in the intro, I perhaps have shot myself in the foot by choosing to use only red, black and white, but yeah, I like a good challenge, so I will continue. I won't take a new saddle here in the middle of the project, so I will continue with these colors here. And now for the word. The word is built, and that's quite funny because in my Stitch Circle Show challenge here for this year in April, my challenge was to build a wall or a floor, and I have shown some pictures of different floors and walls and so on, so people could be inspired by that. And in my challenge, I have set all the colors free. You can use whatever colors scheme you like, but I decide which stitch you have to use and so on. And in this challenge, I decided to use the square stitch, and that is the same stitch I think I will use here. They don't practically need to be exactly a square. They can be a little rectangle or a little wonky or so, but I think these square stitches is a good stitch to use for something when you have the word build, because it could be like bricks of some kind. So here I have my black substrate, and normally I would sew a piece under so I have something more sturdy to hold on to, but since I know I will be filling this with another fabric, I don't need to have something under here, so you don't need to see me do that here in this week. So I have gone for these two fabrics here, and I have torn them up in strips, so it will, yeah, you can say like it is representing columns, or yeah, I don't know, is it these old thing in the Greek temples or so, are they called pillars or something? I don't know the word for that, but something narrow, tall things. And then I would stitch the square stitches inside these. I think that I can have 4 of these here in my piece. So that is what I will be going for. So this one is very loose in the weaving. In fact, it's the same fabric I use when I put the backing on. And here I have dyed it with watercolor paint. So it's a piece I've been lying around here for some time. And this color I think it matches quite good here. So I can, yeah, it is a little awkward for me because I've just been visiting a friend, and we always do something creative together. It can be many different things we do, but I have a little bag where I put my scissors and my pencils and brushes and everything in, and I have forgotten it by her. So my good sister is not at home right now. So therefore I have to use other materials or other tools than I normally do. So that can be a little awkward. But I like the torn edges here. And I like the sound of tearing. But I should perhaps have warned you. So there and there for the last piece. Color wise, I think this red can be many things, and this case here, I think these two red colors fits very nice together. But I know in some of my other pieces my reds are much more orange. Here it is a cold more bluish red, but that would be too much if I also should take care of that. But I will place them exactly like this, and then I will give it a dab of glue, because then I will just invisible paste it down. So I think I will go in a little further there. So I'll just zit there. And yeah, here I could also trim it a little more. All these small fluffy things. And let me just go down here and overlap this a little. There. Then this one. It isn't the meaning that this glue stick shall hold anything permanent. It is just for helping me here while I'm stitching them down. That's all. So there, the last one. There. And now I will go and find Yeah, a red thread if I have that. And I will find it's just an ordinary machine sewing cotton, not the things the thread I use for embroidery. So I will find that and then I will show you how to invisible baste this down. So here we go. I just have found a color I think is okay. So what is that? I just come up here from the back and then I go a couple of threads back here in the fabric and come up about a centimeter ahead. And then you can see the tiniest little prick or dot there. Again, a couple of threads back and about a centimeter ahead of you and up again. It is back stitches with the smallest stitch on the front and a long stitch on the back. And I have done this so many times, and I've told the story. I think it was in one of my other videos who I learned it from, and a longer story about that. I think it was in my last video here, or second last, I can't remember. But if any of you are used to sewing your own garment and you put linings in your, for instance, jackets and coats and so on, you probably know this stitch here is the prick stitch. It's have been around for many years, but somehow it's been very popular here for using it when you are basting something down here in all these slow stitching projects people are doing. And now I have a knot here, and that is not very nice. So, but I think you got it, what I was doing. So I will tangle this out and invisible baste it all the way around, and probably also along the sides here. And when I'm done with that, I can show it to you. Done with the basting, invisible basting, and you can see how it look here on the back. All the long stitches here and the columns. And I know I want to stitch with this red here in these two areas, but if I will stitch with white or black in the red, I can't decide. Yeah, this is how the black looks, and this is how the white looks. And I think both could work, and in this case now I really could use you to tell me, do I take this one or do I take this one? But no matter how you scream and shout and reach out, I can't hear you right now. But so I of course would have to take a decision myself, but that is what I mean by sometimes it could be very nice if if we could hear each other while I'm working, and I know that's impossible, but yeah. I will remove this now, these two, and then I will start with the other two columns here and see what I will come up with. But I think I will try to see if I can fit 2 square stitches in here beside each other. And there is a right way to do square stitches, but in my humble opinion, I don't think it matters very much if you do it right. As long as you make 4 stitches and they end up like a square things, that is for me a square stitch. But if you sew them proper or the right way, you will always end up with a cross on the back side. And yeah, I can to the next clip I can find a book where I perhaps can find the stitch in, but I'll come up and go down a vertical stitch here, and then I do one that is exactly the same, and then I will remove this so I don't get tangled up, and remove some of the other things here on my table. you always end up tangled up and go down. So you have two parallel lines, and then I come up here where I have a thread there, go down here where I came up, come up here down here. Now, right now I'm scoop stitching, or you can of course stab stitch if you are more insecure of where to hit. And now you have a fine little square. And now you already had to have one of the sides to the next square. So I think I will just go out here and make the next parallel one. And mine will be wonky, I know, and that is perhaps not for you. Then you will have to make your stitches even, but I don't mind if they are wonky. It's my happy place, the wonky place. There, you can see. And I can choose to do 2, 2, 2 all the way down. So, but I could also choose to at one point only make one, and a longer, a more rectangle one, or yeah, and so that's up to you. But I think you can make them smaller or bigger or whatever you want. And you can see here what I was meaning, there is a cross on the back side, so I have done it correctly here on the first one. And that is perhaps the last time you will see a cross on my back side of my fabric, not of me. Up here and down here. Now you have a little 4 square thing. So now I think I will just make one, and now I have to do it a little differently, because I know I will go half in here. There. Hey, I don't think all these knots here on my thread today, they are driving me crazy. I don't know why some days more than others this is happening. There. And instead of going down here, I will just hit the line here, the bottom line of the first square there. And then I will go out here, there, and go inside that bottom of the square there, and go out in the corner there, and there. So now I just have one there, and you can play with that as much as you like. Now I will go for 2 again. There. So now I will go up there, and here I will only make like a half one there, and there. There. And there. And then I will go all the way out here and come up here. And open that hole here. It is exactly like the word says, building. just is missing the one in the middle, so it ends up like 2 squares. There. Isn't that nice? So I will just continue there and see how it will look, and do it over there with red also. But I can stitch a little further by myself this way I have done it here, and then I can be back in a little second. This is stitched down all the way, and it goes like doot, 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 doot. And this column here is a little not so wide as this one, so I have made the stitches a little smaller. So I think I will go for one and make a bunch of them there, and just single ones all the way down here. But I don't know that yet. I will see what comes to me as while I'm stitching. I don't plan this ahead. I take it as it comes and think, now I want to do this, and now I want to do that, and maybe I'll do this, and could we do that, and bop, bop, bop. But again, I will show it when I stitch that all the way down. And hopefully then I had decided what to do there. That column is also done. As much smaller stitches there. And here you can see on the back side, there's crosses all the way down. So there I have sewed them the way the big books say. So yeah, that was, I forgot the book. I will do it in the next clip. But right now I put some white thread in my needle, and I will sew that one. If I will sew this with black or white, I haven't still decided. And since I can't decide, perhaps it would be, yeah, perhaps I should sew with white there and with black there, because there's black there. So I think I will sew with white here and decide if I will go black and white, black or white there. But at the hindsight, you can see here, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but I can see it. There, the invisible basting is working fine, because the color of the thread I basted it, the fabric down with, was nearly the same. But I should have taken a white thread there. There are some small red dots, but yeah, it is what it is. But that would have been better to take a white sewing machine thread there. But I will do this one here, and yeah, what do I want? It's a little wider, this strip here, than this one. So let us see here. And now I am already not doing it the right way, but yeah, I will go for this. It is quite hush white, this here. Perhaps I should go and find a more creamier one, but no, I would go for this. There, that was the first square. Oops, that was a mistake. That was not the right way. Yeah, you don't need to see me doing all this sewing, so I think I will just sew this column here, and then hopefully I have decided what to do in the last one. It's always so nerve-wracking to thread a needle here on camera. It is always not working, but there it is. Yeah. Can I squeeze the third one in here? Yes, I can, I think. And you can see they get more and more wonky here. They are really wonky. The builder or the brickman or what he's called, he had perhaps had a little too much to drink building this. So here, there's 3 here. Okay, I will go for this and be back in a second. 3rd column done, and now I have started up here with the 4th column, and I have taken the black thread, and yeah, this is much more visible and in your face, this white one, but I think it's okay. It will probably be more visible as soon as I've got some more stitching on here. So I will go for that and sew, or embroider all the best I can do. And when I'm done with this area here, I will consider this done, and I can show it to you. Yeah, now I did it wrong again. It is typically when I'm talking and I have my head up, or my brain is hanging on a hook while I'm talking, then you do wrong things. But you can easily unpick it here. Also, I think I'm sitting here freezing a little. We have had about 3 weeks here with very lovely weather and up to 20 degrees, but now it's been cold and raining, and it is, I don't think it is much more than between, I did it again. Oh, moly. It's because, yeah. So it's a little freezing here these days, and that's not very nice when we just started to get a little warmer weather here. So yeah. So now I'm back on track, and I'm going a little back and forth between stab stitching and scoop stitching. It depends on where I want to come up or go down. So, but I will continue by myself and show it to you when I'm done and dusted. Week 20 built. So now I can put it in my book, and I can see it is a quite different red than my pages are here, but yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. So I will just grab a piece of this, put it on here, and hopefully not battle with it like last year. Oh, it is much easier here. Maybe it's a better quality, or it's better because it is wider. So on with it here, and right here 20 and B U E L D build. Yeah. I think it's okay. I like it the way it is, even though it is a very different red, but red is red. That you can see that is a more orangey red. So oh, I forgot to take a picture of it, but yeah, I can do that. So I will take a close-up here at the end of the video and say a proper goodbye to you. I don't know if there will be a video next Saturday, because it is, what is it called? Pentecost? we have some holidays here after Easter. Someone can maybe tell me if I'm saying it right. It is not a word I knew before, but we have holiday here on next Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I think it is. So depending on if I'm having a big lunch for my family here or what I'm doing, if there will be a video. So they will come when I can, and when I don't, I can show you afterwards. But no matter what, I hope you have been inspired and you have learned some tips and tricks, or you have liked seeing my video here. Hopefully it is a quite short one. And if you have, please give my video a thumbs up and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. And look here under the little word more for the different links I have told you about if there's some of the things you are more interested in. But else I will just say, please be playful and creative, and please take care of yourself and people around you. And not but least of all, please be nice to everybody. You can always give me a comment and I'll answer every comment if there's something you want to ask me about, or hit the notification bell if you want to see next time there's coming a new video up from me. That was all for now. Bye bye and see you soon again.